Hey everyone, welcome to the Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast. I want to start this podcast off with saying thank you for voting for us on the Carbon TV Spring Turkey Bracket. We ended up winning that, which is really cool. It's just kind of a neat thing to do, especially as a podcast and like the video scene, and we get a cool turkey bracket badge on our show now. And we won the 2020 buck pull, competition or voting as well too. So it's pretty cool. We got 2 badges on our platform there. You can now watch the first 2 exclusive video series episodes, whatever you want to call it, on Carbon TV. That's season 1 and 2, and then we have a 3 and 4 where we're funneling in some of our audio podcasts that you're listening to here on Spotify or wherever you listen, and then there's also video podcasts there too, and you can also find that on our YouTube channel. So I just want to start off, quick thank you for that. Also, big shout out to the people behind the Open Season Sportsman's Expo. This episode was recorded there at the Expo in our hotel, but they killed the show, especially with the last-second move going from Madison to the Dells. It was great. Everybody had an awesome time. It was good to see everyone. Thank you if you came out and picked up some working class merch. It means a lot, and it was just so much fun. Can't wait till next year already. We're going to try and do more. I'm probably going to do a post voting on what is a good show in your area, because there's a lot I hear about every year that I'm like, oh, man, I'd like to go to that one. But we're going to try and hit as many as we can next year and just kind of have some fun and talk with people. That's really why we like to do it. It's talking with people and sharing stories and bullshit and like-minded people. So other announcements, the Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast shoot, June 12th, Galesburg Archery Club. It's technically Rio, Illinois, Galesburg, Illinois, however you want to look at that. But workingclassbowhunter.com, there's a shoot tab there that gives you all the information you need. I'm going to get through the business quick on here because I'm excited about this episode. It's a different type of podcast. I get different as in like the guest mixture, but we'll get to that. The podcast is presented by HHA Sports. Code for HHA is WCB 15 if you're wanting to get into a single pin sight. Also, Scent Crusher, in our opinion, the leader in ozone technology and basically how you apply it to your hunting clothes or your room or boots or whatever you got. The gear bag, the roller bag. Also, Leupold Optics. We're rocking everything from the rangefinders to 10x42 binos for whitetails, and that's a good middle ground for binos in our experience. Also, ThermaSeat coming into turkey season. We have our own Working Class Bow Hunter ThermaSeats on our store, or ThermaSeat has like the self-supported wedges and stuff like that for turkey season. If you need to jump on one and get one of those, WCTS at ThermaSeat. Also, Victory Archery, Gator Outdoors, Elite Archery, Rogue Ridge and the Grind turkey calls and decoys, Big Tine. Code on there if you're wanting to get some spring seed, WCB 2021 at Big Tine. Also, Old Barn Taxidermy. Man, my bear, I'm counting down the days till I get my bear back. Those guys are awesome. And I know we said last week we got another spring announcement coming up for turkey specials. Also, Slick Trick Broadheads. I haven't decided. Turkey season in Illinois is in a couple weeks here. I haven't decided if I'm doing for second season in Illinois if I'm going to do a Slick Trick, Raptor Trick, or a decap yet on my first turkey tag. We'll figure it out though. And there's no veteran shout out this week because Doug is not in studio. I'm just doing the intro solo, obviously. But the veteran shout out is brought to you by HHA USA. That's hhausa.org. Basically helping veterans get back out there through archery, and they do a tour of 3D shoots, which is always a ton of fun. So next week we should be back on schedule. Just back in it. We have a lot going on at the podcast, an announcement that we should be able to announce the next episode, something we've been working on for a couple months, and that's going to lead into more. But I'm hoping next episode we can announce it. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but it's going to open up a lot of opportunity. Anyway, on to this episode. This podcast was really cool because we had the boys from Whitetail Adrenaline and T-Bone from Bone Collector on the same episode. I don't know how you guys view it in the video hunting media industry, but I kind of see them on opposite ends of the spectrum, but in a good way. Like, neither end is a bad end of the spectrum to be on. I just see like super mainstream. The guy's exactly how you hope he would be on T-Bone's end. And then you kind of have the mainstream, I guess, more in the Midwest, especially from your Wisconsin, but kind of underground but highly respected, and kind of has this, I kind of like the Whitetail Adrenaline vibe. It's like a punk band with a hardcore following, which is kind of how I view how we are, but just not on Whitetail Adrenaline's level. So it's just kind of cool to have both ends of it together in the same room, and everyone just got along, and it was a ton of fun, and it was a cool interview, a challenging interview, but it was a lot of fun. I think an interesting conversation. So I just had to say that quick. I felt really good about it. I was excited to get this blend of guests, and I hope you enjoy it. So let us know what you think. If you think, do you agree with me as I stutter all over the place? Am I right on the spectrum thing? I don't know. But anyway, enjoy the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Boys Podcast.
One, class. One, class. One, class. Working class for
You can't do it?
I don't know. I've been wearing contacts since second grade.
Yeah.
Glasses.
You know what I was worried about with LASIK and bone? You might be a good guy to ask for this. I heard they can mess up your dominant eye when it comes to like aiming.
Yeah, and then, like when you have to wear reading glasses, when you get to that point, that they just do one eye. So you read with one, and then the other one's
Oh, really?
Like my eyes are good far away, but I'm at the age where I need reading glasses. So they can do that, but they'll just do one eye.
So when you aim through like a peep, like you're shooting your bow, do you have to do anything
Oh,
special
yeah,
for that?
I got a lens in my peep.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we talked about this,
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Because I was wanting to get one for my old man.
Yep.
Because he's having a hard time, like, following his arrow when he shoots and stuff like that. So I didn't.
Verifier peep. You need it for your.
Yeah.
It's a glass lens in there.
Yeah, didn't you do a video on that?
Mm-hmm.
Like you posted something up on that?
Yeah.
There's
about 6 different lenses, and you got a apparatus that you hold the fiber optic out there, and then you look through the different strengths, just like picking out the right strength reading glasses.
Yeah.
And then you get the one where you get the clearest on your pen, but yet you can still see the target clear too. So.
Oh man.
Just like you're at the eye doctor when they flip through the lenses.
Yeah.
Jared,
this one better or this one?
Jared don't have to worry about that. You're just the traditional man.
You know what? I can't see my arrow anyway because it's usually going that way or that way.
do you have a hard time tracking your arrows or anything when you're shooting?
Don't even get me started. What? No, it's slow enough. You can follow.
Yeah. We're waiting here, so we're like pre-rounding up. I mean,
pre-record
when Wade's ready
this
here.
Is the warm up.
Yeah, this is the warm up. This is like the pre-intro.
Foreplay.
Doug looks awake tonight.
Cool. Doug's awake. He's not falling asleep.
We got Doug. He's here. He's in the house.
Not yet. Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast. Obviously, we're at the Kalahari Resort, Wisconsin Dells, and this. It's a nice hotel room. It's a suite, kind of, right, T-Bone?
It's pretty
kind of a suite.
It's kind of a suite.
Ain't no 5,000 square foot suite in Vegas. But
No, but it's nice. It's very nice.
It's a working class suite.
Exactly.
There you go.
Wisconsin show. This was the first full day, Saturday, and it was killer, I thought, for
badass show.
the last second move to Wisconsin Dells. It was, killer. It was up there with Iowa, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which is Iowa's like the staple for consumer shows.
Yeah.
I think, But quick, let's just have everybody introduce themselves, round table, before we get fired off into conversation. And Kurt Geyer.
Eric Hammond.
Travis Turner.
Jared
T-Bone.
Scheffler.
TJ Greenwood.
Doug Schmidt.
Hey, Doug.
Hey.
Doug's awake.
Doug's awake. So we got an interesting mix. We got Whitetail Adrenaline, Bone Collector T-Bone, obviously. You guys, I didn't realize you guys just met, literally.
Yeah.
In person.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys knew about each other or whatever, but
Right.
so that's a fun dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of cool.
I literally sat down and T-Bone reached over and he's like, "Hey, nice to meet you." I was like, "I know who you are."
That's awesome. Well, I feel like I'm going to miss you guys a lot. Bone, we get together probably usually once a year, it seems
least,
like.
yeah.
You guys lately, it's like you're probably getting sick of us. I know PR guy is loving it, but
We never get sick of you.
it's just not yet.
You either, Doug.
Thank you, man. I needed that.
So, Nebraska. So last time we recorded, Bone, we did a podcast with you not long ago over the phone.
That's right.
And then we saw you guys in Nebraska and Iowa. Everybody loved the Nebraska episode because Jared had his party hat on.
Yep.
And Chancey was on there too. Is this your first podcast ever?
Yeah, it is.
Ever?
Yeah.
Of all time. Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, welcome.
Time.
Another
Newbie.
one for our virginity book.
Yeah, you put me in there.
He kind of likes to fly under the radar,
I do.
low key.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, but-
Facebook, right?
No, man, no social media.
Nothing at all.
I got Snapchat to send, goofy shit to my buddies, but that's it.
No Instagram even?
No, I don't want anything to do with any of that. I was 16 years old. I had a Facebook page, and my girlfriend got mad about it. I deleted it and haven't had any of that stuff since.
Did you ever have like a Zanga or like a MySpace, Who's in your top 5?
No, none of those.
Who's in your top 5?
Is that what it was, top 5?
Yeah. I think I knew enough about MySpace to know that Todd guy was everybody's friend, but other than that, I don't know nothing.
Todd guy? Yeah, he was.
So you just rock on Whitetail Adrenaline, that's it?
Yeah, well, I guess.
Do you ever get recognized?
I guess.
Even because social's a big deal. Like you kind of, if you're an influencer, you're on social.
No, I had a little kid today. I felt pretty good. He was about 11 years old. He came up to me and asked me how that 25-06 was shooting, so I didn't feel real good about that.
That's right.
And I told him, I said, listen, I learned one thing. I said, if you take 2 guns hunting, one is yours and one is your buddy's, you don't give your gun to your buddy. You give your buddy's guns. And you know you're going to hit something.
You know it's dialed.
I was going to say it seemed like he fit right into that the headphones and such over there. So I thought he had done a podcast before, but it might have been working a drive-through McDonald's or Burger King.
Or flying a plane. You could have been a pilot. Yeah, you could have been a pilot.
I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
More of a Burger King, I would say.
I keep waiting for, do you want cheese on that, T-Bone? You want cheese on that?
Hey.
We could have went fighter pilot.
Of course I do.
We could have went fighter pilot.
Yeah.
I could be Tom Cruising over
That's
here.
That's right, Top Gun, yeah.
Truck driver.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Process of elimination.
Which is it?
Go down the list.
Right. We'll get there eventually.
You start low at fast food drive-through, and then you just chip your way through the process.
That's right.
Jared, I did watch the DVDs. We got them in Nebraska and finally had time to finish.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, they're awesome.
The bow DVD is I don't gun hunt much, so I don't really relate to the other side of it. I have nothing against it. I just don't do it as much, But the bow DVDs, they're both good, but some of the best archery videos of all time. I really think so. For bow hunting, they're incredible.
Did you see my 3 misses in a row?
I still like it.
Okay.
But I like that you show everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's awesome. And so, you've been a part of it for, how long?
Now 10 years, probably.
10 years.
10
how
years.
long have you guys been doing it? 12?
12, yeah. 12.
So how did you just get birthed into the process back in the day then? It was just like...
Little secret, the first time I met Jared was the last show he did in Wisconsin Dells about 10 years ago.
No, there used to be a show here back then, huh?
Yeah, there was a show.
Big Buck Classic.
at the Shula Vista. Yeah.
What'd you do to him?
Well, I actually
me with Bush Light back then.
I actually walked in and
wiser though.
I shot. I don't know if he remembers this, but I shot a rubber band at him and hit him in the side of the head.
You guys didn't know each other?
Hell no, I didn't know who
I
this guy
totally
was.
forgot about that, but it is coming back to me now.
He was sitting there. He had this roll-out banner in a 10x10 booth. I'd never been there before. I'd see this guy and launched a rubber band at him from across the aisle.
Just for the hell of it?
Just for the hell of it. Hit him in the side of the head.
You know I'm going to be getting shot with rubber bands left and right now,
Oh, boy.
right?
Yeah, you are too.
So in true Jared Scheffler, whatever. Then we had a bunch of Bush Lights and hung out. But after that, the next year I was going to the Wisconsin Deer and Turkey Classic, and I was texting him. I said, "Hey man, you going to be there? Whatever."
And was that in Madison back then?
It was in Madison. Then the next year I went and saw him, and he had a rubber band gun loaded behind his booth, and he let me have one with that thing, and he got me back.
Did you ever go to the show when it was back in the Dells
never
back
have.
then?
Nope.
I didn't even know that.
I think it was a
small.
year or two. I think it went
Yeah,
on.
it was a
Oh,
small
really?
show. It only happened to 1 or 2 years, but
Oh,
I've
no
never
kidding.
been to the one in Madison either. When it was
you
the
haven't?
ticket. Mm-mm.
That was always. it's the same show. They just moved
Yeah.
it. That was always
Right.
an awesome one of our
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
shows that we did.
For sure.
Yep.
And
I've done the Deer Fest and then the Bow Fest.
yeah,
That's the only two that I've done.
where's Bowfest at? Is it Ohio?
Duluth. It's Is it Duluth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
haven't been to that
Duluth
one. but
where?
yeah. Duluth, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, it's right on
Minnesota.
it's right on the line. It's right on the line. So
Gotcha.
we did that this last summer, but it's only been in existence for 2 or 3 years. It's all outdoor. It's in the summer. Big
Oh,
concert
really?
series. Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
huge.
You guys, is that the one you guys said it's a good time? But
I haven't been to that one.
Oh, what's the other outdoor one? Do you go to all the shows? Sorry, I'm all over the place here, but
I've been to all of them over the last several years. But
yeah.
PA is good. Harrisburg, is that what you're talking about? They have a big concert series in Harrisburg too.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try and do PA next year, but for us, we all have full-time jobs, so we have to
9
work
days is
shifts.
tough.
We have to work shifts.
That's a long
I'll
time.
tell you what,
Well-
that show, the first time I did that show, I did it all by myself. I had that Astro van. Took me 22 hours to get from Wisconsin, which should have been 15 hours. Drove across Indiana and half of Ohio with a donut, without a driver's license. Got there at 9:30. The show started the next morning. Had no sleep. I had to set that booth up by myself, and I ran that thing for 9 days, and I said, this is crazy. This
9 days.
You've been there? Have you been there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know you've been there, but
Yeah, 9 days is brutal.
What do you show up just for a couple and scoot?
We've done it both. Early
Yeah.
on, we would do it for 9 days, or then sometimes what we do is just work the weekend, go home for 3 or 4 days, and then come back and work the other on the
gotcha.
back end of it. Yeah, but
9 days.
it's in an agricultural center, and it's just absolutely insulated with nothing but asbestos. You are going to get sick. Yeah. Kirk's gonna- yeah.
Can't
If
wait.
you've been there,
Make
you're
a note
not
of
going
that.
to. If you've been there and had got a sickness, you don't have to worry about corona. You're sterile. You don't have to worry about corona.
So is it that massive?
Oh, yeah, it's
yeah.
huge.
What?
Yeah.
So, Jared, you guys do, I mean, almost all consumer shows, it seems like. What's
Right.
the best one, in your opinion?
That one it's 9 days. But it is, even for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's
busy.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I've never really griped about it being on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Well, what's interesting about this dynamic right now is, like, the Bone Collector, Whitetail Adrenaline on the same podcast, which is cool as hell. I mean, it's kind of cool we were able to do that. But it's kind of, you guys are kind of on different spectrums of the industry a little bit. Whereas, like, you guys make a lot of you're selling DVDs and merchandise.
state of the art.
Which is awesome. I like the hard copy. Like, when I buy the Realtree DVDs,
Can't cancel culture that.
I love it, man. I think you bring back VHS, it's gonna come back full circle.
yeah.
That might be a stretch.
But it's cool. Like,
I don't know if I invest in that.
major outdoor network, and then it's kind of like the show hustle and like online sales and DVDs. So it's kind of cool. I mean, it's just like neat to see it all, like both ends of it.
Right, absolutely.
And do you enjoy the hustle that way, Jared? Still,
I used to enjoy it more than I do now, but yeah. I mean, it's
kind of the same
Yeah.
hustle, but different spectrums,
yeah,
right?
Right.
So
Yes.
Right.
I
I
mean-
wish I could afford like 2 or 3 more editors, and then that would be a little bit more relieving. But you got to take the good with the bad,
Right.
Our
Sure.
budget's not as big, and
if you
the way it is.
so did you do this full time too?
No.
What's
no.
your
I
day
got,
job?
I got a real job.
He's a pilot, remember?
I got a real job.
Fast food.
Manager at Burger
Tom,
King.
No, I'm Tom Cruise's stunt guy, but
Gotcha.
when I'm not doing that, I'm a environmental health and safety manager for a glass company.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So
Nice.
everything we're doing here is real safe.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Good.
You approve of it?
It's
OSHA.
my stamp of approval.
Oh,
I've
that's
caught caught Jared in a couple of OSHA violations once or twice. But,
Right.
Charging batteries. We had how many power strips?
oh,
out
I
there?
don't know. We were daisy chaining power strips like crazy in a hotel room, but we were good.
If you didn't do this, what would you do, Jared?
Probably buy and sell property.
Would you?
Yeah, that's probably what I'd do.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have said just
A
because.
lot less work, more money. ROI is really good. Return on investment of time.
Yeah.
Versus the dollars. That's probably what I would do.
You seem like you're good at wrenching on cars from watching all the videos.
Yeah, they don't make you much money.
No,
That
it
just gets you
doesn't.
back on the road.
Yeah. Everybody needs that guy though. You can go anywhere and find a
Yeah.
job.
Uh,
You know.
Yeah.
You
It
can.
doesn't pay, though.
Hey, Bone, we've talked about this. You used to work at Mercedes, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, I would not do that again. Before that, I was actually a Chippendales dancer, but
Right.
I blew my knee out, and
Your Achilles.
yeah, I was
You and
trying
Sean
to do
O'Malley.
dance move, and I blew my knee out, so things didn't work out. But
Oh, man.
that helped with our Chevrolet deal, so I traded in all my thongs to them, and they're still making fan belts out of them. So I still get residuals from it.
100,000-mile warranty on
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah,
Get the residuals off of that.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. I love it.
You never know when God's going to shine His grace down on you. You know?
Right. Find your calling.
That was
so
his
good.
$1 million deal.
That's
Yep.
amazing. That's interesting. I don't
Pays
know.
off in the long run.
I was like thinking about it because I just feel like people don't realize that are outside of the industry and like see what you guys all do and think it's just all like butterflies and rainbows but it's a hustle.
Oh, yeah,
like
for
you're
sure.
spending time away from your family. And
Well, seriously, I would probably do what he does is buy and sell land, and
Yeah.
well, and actually kind of dabble that in it as it is now, and or realty and stuff like that. You kind of get to make your own time. I love it. I mean, anything with land management or anything like that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough to make a living, hunting and fishing and shooting a bow and stuff like that. But my passion, I mean, thank goodness that that our career is our passion. But I love nothing more than sitting on a skid steer or a tractor and buying a piece of land and seeing it like polishing a turd, so to speak, and making it what you want. So and then just it's just like everything you do. It's diesel therapy, and it's just instant gratification because you're out there, you're not really thinking, you're doing this, plowing this, pushing this, and then you get off of it and it's like, man, look what all I accomplished, and I didn't burn up any brain waves or nothing, man. It's awesome.
It's like wholesome feel good work.
Yeah, it is. I can see where there's such a pride factor being a farmer or anything like that. Yeah. So
and I told you this last time, T-Bone, I don't know how there's any trees left on your property.
Oh, I know. I got to be careful, man.
Just running out there with the skid steer.
You got to be careful. A skid steer and a mulcher is big trouble, man. I'm telling you.
I think I see people hinge cutting that might not be an expert in land management. I'm like, you just cut down all your trees on your property and all that.
Well, that's where you just get out of hand with that mulcher and just start taking down trees. You're having so much fun. You look back and you're like,
oh shit,
no,
now I got to plant something. Well, okay, so public land. Do you ever think about just buying a piece, Jared, and managing
that?
Does that interest you at all?
Not for 13 years, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some pretty good property in Buffalo County to hunt. I didn't have to pay there to hunt there, but I don't know. I grew up hunting public land and a lot of farms, but back where I grew up, a lot of other people could hunt those same farms. It was pretty much like public. And
right, yeah, there's pressure there.
I kind of missed the mystery of not knowing what is exactly out there
and
the adventure of it. And I felt like I was getting really like pinned down when I was hunting that farm. I knew every deer. There was other guys that could hunt it too, and I got kind of a little bit just, I don't know how to explain it. Just it was frustrating. It almost felt like a job.
Right.
And I just kind of
have the freedom to do.
I walked away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you fall in all this? I mean, I know the public, obviously, but I mean, like, what's your background in hunting, growing up, and all that?
And so, I'm a little bit of a mix of these two guys,
right?
In a way, I own my own,
which is
property.
probably the most relatable to listeners.
Yeah, I own I own 50 acres of property. That was my grandparents' farm that they've owned for years, and I love watching deer grow, farming. Playing farmer is what I should say. Taking the 8N Ford and an old disc and
hobby farming,
beating, laying food plots and having fun and because I get to watch it happen out my patio door every night. I love that. And at the same time, though, I love the challenge and, like you said, the mystery of public land. So, like what I tell a lot of people, I live on a dead end road. And straight across from my driveway is a giant piece of public land, and I walk across the street and go hunting on public when I feel like just that mystery factor I love. But I also I'm big on being able to watch things grow, like my whole life. Watch things, build things, watch things
the investment
grow.
of it.
That investment factor. I love it.
Yeah,
so.
That's interesting. It's like a good mix of the trio here that we have because I'm hunted public ground more out west, but I love. I mean, in Illinois, that's where we're from. I have to have. There's not a ton of public ground around us unless we got to go west. We have to travel. There's a little bit, but I'm not going to leave deer that I have on some private pieces for other deer. That's the reason why I haven't dove into it. To me, that's still fun trying to figure it out and pattern certain.
Aren't you guys near Starving Rock?
Within an hour, 2 hours, roughly.
I've hunted Starving Rock.
Have you really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A buddy of mine's got 40 acres, and it butts up to it, and then we just travel onto it. Like you said, you got private that matches up to it, and that's how we all cut our teeth. Me, Michael, and Nick come from humble beginnings. So I've hunted wildlife management areas in Georgia, as well as I probably hunted more on Corps of Engineer land around the lakes. They have a buffer around all the lakes.
Yeah.
It's not too far from where I live now, but I would drive an hour and a half, sleep in my truck, just like what you were saying. And, I wouldn't trade those memories for nothing, having to hike way in there. You shoot a deer, and that's when the work begins. You got to drag that joker out like 3/4 of a mile.
Secondhand fun is what we call it. Because it
absolutely.
sucks right there, but it's fun to talk about later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So, no, you pay $15 for a permit, and you got 30,000 acres to hunt around the core property.
It's incredible.
Bow hunting only, too, so it's awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
A lot of guys get boats and come in from the boat.
Where is that?
That's in Georgia. Yeah.
Is there a lot of, like, generally
coordinates, please?
Yeah. Show me where
I caught the Georgia part. I was going deeper.
By all means, I'll draw you a map.
Coordinates and everything.
Start here. Don't go here.
I definitely want to watch
Guess where I'm starting.
I want to watch that show. Yeah, I want to see that show.
That would be cool. Have you ever thought about doing that?
What's that?
Going down and
our buddy Logan down there, he hunts the Coca-Cola Ranch is where he's got some public there around there, and he's been trying to talk me into coming down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of public land.
I think a lot in Georgia. Yeah,
I think he's trying to, Logan.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a shyster.
I know what he's doing.
He's a shyster.
He's making it sound good, and I'm like,
Oh, we get that all the time. Sometimes you find some real gems. Like some really good places like, hey, man, I'd like you to come hunt our ranch. And I'm sure you guys get all kinds of invites just like what we do. But then you got the guy that, like, we're at a banquet and he comes in and says, man, we got this great farm. We'd love to come hunt, and he keeps selling it. And this is a deer we killed, and this is a deer we killed, and this is a deer we killed. I'm like, man, that's awesome. I'm listening. I want to hear what they got to say. And he goes, then it comes down to how many acres you got? And he goes, man, I tell you what, it's only 35, but it hunts like 100. And then my neighbors all around there, they don't care if you come over there. They don't care if you trespass. They'd be fine. Actually, my neighbor, she cooks such good biscuits. She'd have breakfast for you as soon as we get out. So they're trying to sell you on it. And I'm like,
you find out more and more as it goes on.
Not that you can't kill good deer on that. Because you can, but.
You're not trying to trespass on his neighbor's ground coming in as a guest.
Yeah.
And then eating their biscuits.
Yeah, bring Waddell and Nick. Like 3 of us and 3 camera guys are going to come up there and hunt 35 acres. Yeah, so.
Burn out your spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who's going to hunt
paper,
today,
rock,
boys?
scissors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rochambeau.
Yeah, no kidding.
Looks like I'm going to go get some biscuits.
Yeah.
Damn it. Or it might not be all that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Just go ahead and clean up the mess afterwards.
Coming for the biscuits, not the deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, you should go south. I think that a lot of the southern guys would love that because I'm sure you guys do well at the southern shows. They'd probably eat that up.
I'd shoot the first spike I saw, I bet.
Yeah.
I'd go down there. I'd treat it like Nebraska. I go to Nebraska, first 120 I see them.
Really?
Going. I you know what? I love Kansas. The potential's there. It's realistic to come across a 170 plus there in a week or two of covering ground and all that. But like I told Matt last year, I was like, it's now my least favorite place to hunt because my standards are up here because I know it's realistic.
Yeah.
I love going to Nebraska and just first 120, 130 comes through, and dumping them.
You're feeling it,
because I know that the chances of something big. So whatever, 130, 150. I mean, but they start to hit that 170, and it's like if it's realistic, it's like I get married in and let a 140 go on public, which some people are like, you're crazy.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like, well, you haven't been to Kansas 10 years like I haven't seen what it has to offer.
Right.
You know, but then I go to Nebraska, and it's like first 120 comes by, I'm
Donezo.
Right.
Yeah.
If you do come
Plus,
to
you
Georgia,
can buy a second take.
Yeah. If you do come to Georgia, I would recommend coming opening day like September 8th. So you get the full heat effect of Georgia.
Golly, there you go. I'm not in for that.
I do hate the cold, and I do like the warmth, but that's a little too warm.
Oh, yeah.
You got to wear your sandals out to the tree stand.
Humid, I bet, too.
Watching your guys' DVDs, I'm looking at, you guys have to find, out of any public land-focused show, you guys have to be on the biggest deer consistently over anybody else.
We've been doing it a while. We didn't get on as big at ones
It's not by accident. It's not by accident.
You kind of figure out your regions, and the ones you always hear about are never the good ones. You find them on your own.
Yeah.
On the public land level.
Right, right.
Anything you read about or hear about, that's junk.
You don't want to go
everybody
there.
else is going.
That makes sense.
And it just wrecked it for anybody that it was good. And found
but the thing is, it's a deeper level of finding those spots. Like you said, you got those guys that post in a forum, which that's where a lot of people learn and start and all that and cut their teeth. But they'll ask, how's so and so unit in this area and a forum? Because I did a lot of research for doing Colorado.
I go the other direction.
Yeah,
that's what I do. When I hear that and read that, I kind of
but you're taking the time to find things for yourself. You're not waiting on a forum to tell you to go there or not.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I don't find pockets like that.
Yeah,
it's covering ground out there.
Yeah, just literally driving through everything.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, how come you haven't bought nicer vehicles instead of working on all
I did, and then it rolled away and parked the next day. Brand new Ford.
Yeah, it's on the video.
What? On the second one? Yeah. Maybe I haven't got
3
that.
fractured vertebrae in my back because of it.
Well, goddamn, I don't think I got that far then.
I didn't either.
I got to hear this story.
No, I don't want to talk about it, actually.
Just watch the
buried
DVD.
that.
Just watch the DVD.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got that far then on the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in there.
It's on the gun DVD.
Bit. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't got that far.
What kind of truck was it?
It was a brand new Ford.
Yeah, Chevy's way to go, bud.
Yeah, they won't run.
Then I've come across a guy that had a brand new Chevy and a brand new Dodge that both had the same issue, rolled away in parking. I was like, well, I guess I got a lemon.
I got a Chevrolet. My truck has never rolled away from me.
Well, I got a Chevy too.
The Astro. Still got rocking the Astro.
I ain't got the Astro. I do have a van though. It's a 1997 Dodge conversion van, high top.
Ooh.
You can damn near stand up in it.
Nice. Slicker than
And
shit.
Tanner, okay, funny story. You brought up the Astro. So Tanner shows up to my house like August 27th, 28th this year with an Astro, like a 2000 Astro.
AWD?
All loaded down, ready to start the
AWD.
season. Okay, so Matty Z comes in to film him. So they show up, they get everything loaded, and they're just leaving. I told Matt, I said, film this shot of this van leaving. This is hilarious. And Tanner pulls out, goes around the block, and I see, I'm like, that ain't good. Tires, like, basically hitting the wheel well. Like, he ain't going to make it very far. Leaf spring sprung. I mean, this thing's shot.
Boy.
All right? So I go around. I still got the minivan, right? And I go around I had it parked under the deck. I go in there. It's all moldy. Like, the mold got in, took over the minivan. You know, when we did the giveaway contest?
Yeah,
funny,
yep.
Nobody take it.
Guy took the cash. Actually, I met the guy's buddy, and he says, yeah, his wife turned. I said, yeah, that's what I figured. The wife wouldn't allow the minivan.
So it's all moldy on the
that
inside?
was all moldy, and I was like, well, I got the conversion van. It was a weekend, so couldn't get it in right away to get repaired. I was like, you got to go hunting. So I sent him on the road with that conversion van, and that's what he ran all year. And
Tanner's also
killed
the
a
only
220 muley and 7 other deer. Well,
No
one
kidding.
elk in there, too.
Tanner's also the only guy short enough to be able to drive that van. I don't know if you've driven it.
He fits perfect.
It's miserable.
Yeah,
It's
no.
miserable.
I drove it for 15 minutes of my life. I
Why?
hated
What's-
every minute of it.
The big van?
Oh, it's a nice big
big
van.
black
If-
van.
If you're in the back seat, it's wonderful, I'm sure. I never actually rode in the back, but I drove it. It rides nice. It rides nice, but your knees are touching your
But the
chin.
seat doesn't adjust in the van?
Oh,
or what?
Not
God.
as much as the Econoline.
Seats don't adjust, the heat don't work, and the radio doesn't work. I mean, that's a
Oh, dude.
rough deal.
Dude, screw all that,
I was
man.
actually upset. My buddy saw the van. He bought it for me and said, I know you want this. And then I bought it from him, but then I found out I didn't have the old Econoline. You could spin the seat 180 degrees all the
get
way
out,
around.
to get out,
You
yeah.
got a wood table in there. You can play cards while you're going down the road, whatever.
There you go.
The Ram van? No, they got away with that.
The Ram van.
That's
Straight
part of your
up.
guys. Like, I feel like it wouldn't be the same though if you guys had all kick-ass vehicles on the DVDs. You know, like
No,
you got
they're characters in their video.
They're characters.
Silent characters.
Yeah, I'm bad with that stuff. Like, I want to get up and go. I want to get there and get it done. And
I just remember the one DVD.
That's why I trailer them now.
yeah, right. And then
I
you
got
got
the Ford, and
then
I
your
got
wheel
the
go out.
Fuzzbuster, and I'm just hauling, and I get there and unload them, and now we're doing
Then your
work.
trailer tires go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year,
twice.
Tanner's Astro basically turned into a storage unit. It was on a trailer,
Yeah,
packed
for
full
most
of
of the
gear
season.
for the whole season on
Yeah.
a trailer. I don't think it came off. We just pulled it everywhere
I
we
threw
went.
it on the trailer when I went out. Yeah, I used it in Kansas.
Did you use
yeah.
it?
Yeah, he had my van. I used his. Yeah.
Would you take a Chevy sponsor?
Would I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've never taken a sponsor, but
Well, that's why I'm asking.
You know,
What
I
would
mean,
it take?
Well, I mean, you drop a big enough number and a couple of fleet of vehicles. As long as they're like 20-year-old vehicles, I can't be rolling around nothing nice and new.
I think that's a Brandon Paletta question.
and
Jared
new.
can't answer those.
Yeah. See how he comes up? PR guy comes up
Yeah.
like
I'm gonna get him another drink here.
he starts talking sponsors, and Brandon's like, "Get him another drink."
Get some money rolling in. You know, they give you like an 02 Silverado with like the cab corners rusted through on it.
Hey, I got one.
I like
Mine's
my
an
burb,
02.
though. I like my burb. I do like that.
He's got a burb with I don't know. If I were to guess, it's at least 250,000, maybe pushing 500,000 miles
yeah,
on
that's
it.
240.
We've been
Yeah.
talking about getting a Suburban or like something for the podcast. That way we can all fit in and hit all the
Get
shows
an
together.
8.1 early 2000s.
Oh,
Chevy
8.1,
Suburban.
about 4.5 miles
He
a
bought
gallon.
one.
Really? Yeah, but we can't
No,
afford
it gets
the
more than
fuel.
that unless you're pulling a big trailer. I pulled that big 35-foot trailer with that. For
Yeah, we got a
couple
16
years.
footer aluminum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I just
No,
remember
I'm serious. That big trailer I got, that's what I pulled for 2-3 years before
Really?
I got that Ford.
81.
Yeah.
If he had your
80,
trailer, he'd
85.
be using the van.
The
He'd
van?
pull that baby
Yeah.
with the minivan.
Oh,
He wouldn't
yeah.
care.
That's what I did to the Harrisburg show, and then I warped the rotors going up and down those mountains. Oh, my gosh.
We
Trying to brake coming
Yeah.
down that thing. Exactly.
I bet you in our group chat we have for the podcast, a 4-wheel drive Astro van off Facebook Marketplace hits our messenger group once a week.
The
Oh, really?
The
Yeah.
AWD
Well,
Astro van is.
It would be cool
the
to
way to
find
go.
like a clean one. It could be like our thing. Well, here's our saying's hang and bang. You hang and hunt, you're mobile. We want to get one and call it the hang and bang bus. And travel around and hunt. And then what we do is next
You get
year,
a lot of crossover.
hey, cross promotion.
I mean, I'm just thinking. I don't know for real, but I'm thinking you might get a lot of
Exposure
crossover.
is good,
It
right?
could be good for us. Well, and then so what we're doing is we want to expand our booth next year and
Put in
add
some
like a
overtime.
couch into it to separate like our merchandise side to where we can record in the booth, and we were going to call that the podcasting couch. So you come in off the Hang and Bang bus, you come in to get you on the podcasting couch to record.
Hang and Bang bus.
I'll donate the couch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We need a black leather couch and then like a good chair. We'll get them on casters and get a sign, the podcasting couch.
Well, we need to go down a different road real quick.
We got a lot of cross promotion opportunities.
I really like you guys a lot. I'm not going to let you have a bang bus.
Okay, that's fair. It could.
Doug's in charge.
Probably more bad for us than
it's a little disappointing you're not backing that one up.
Yeah,
that one hurts my feelings.
Rewind.
Doug's on Bumble driving.
Roll the film back.
No, Doug's driving sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
He's just on Bumble crossing the center line and pulling the trailer. Just reckless.
It is what it is, you know.
You need to be driving a van and wearing that headset when you're doing it.
Yeah.
You need a conversion van. If I ever seen a guy
No,
that
you
did,
need
you want
the
to-
minivan
The stash and the
Right?
conversion van. That's it, man.
And then what?
Get me going down the road, just rocking, jamming out, talking on his headset.
Oh, yeah.
And then one of those like safety nets that they're in the race cars, like put in the minivan.
So reckless.
A helmet for when you hit the gravel roads.
Yep.
Hell, I'll do it.
Hell, I'll do it.
Do a little ditch banging, you know.
We got to do that. Well, let's talk deer hunting again.
You'll kill more big bucks in a van. You know
Hard
that,
transition.
I believe it.
Well,
Right? Telling you.
you have ground out in Kansas. Or do you sell your ground in Kansas?
No, I've had a farm for 3 years, and I just bought another one, actually. So I have 2 farms in Kansas right now.
Close to each other?
Yeah, they're about 6 miles apart.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they're pretty close.
No
The
kid-
one farm, we've 3 or 4 times a year, we're getting pictures of elk on there, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, south central Kansas, right on the Oklahoma border.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's a freak. I mean, it's not like...
Is there even a hunting season for them in Kansas?
No, but as a landowner, you can get a tag. Yeah.
No kidding?
Yeah, because they're not a native species.
Like, is there like opportunity for like a big bull? Or is
Oh
they,
yeah,
like-
we got pictures trail cam pictures of like a 340 bull.
No shit.
Oh yeah, I think we touched on this just briefly.
Yeah.
When you were talking about just your 3 giants that you shot this past season.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's an added bonus for it for sure. That's something different. It's got a lot of alfalfa fields on it, and it's got a big like a heavy volume creek on there. Turkey Creek runs right through it, and it's just got a ton of volume, and it never runs dry because that part of the Kansas is just so dry. It's almost deserty like. It's not like
really?
it's way out west. It's closer to Dodge City than it is Wichita. So, most people think of the eastern third of Kansas is where most people do their hunting, and we went really, really far west. So it's real dry, real arid. But, there's some elk in that area.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any elk out in Kansas?
No. I saw a moose in Nebraska once, bull moose.
That's crazy.
And then filmed one in South Dakota, a moose.
Yeah.
Cow moose, yeah. I called the state when we filmed that one in Nebraska, and they said, well, we don't have moose. The DNR,
Oh, really?
The DNR. It's on the video.
Yeah.
Call them, well, if you don't have moose, can we shoot it?
Yeah, well,
No.
what's the regulation?
No. Can we shoot it?
That's
Not that we would have, but we had to push the button.
Quiz them a little bit.
It's funny you said that because this last year we had 4 different trail camera pictures of mountain lion on our place in Kansas, and we said the same thing. They said, "No, we don't have mountain lion in Kansas." I'm like, "Can we shoot it?" Because we don't want the thing on there. And they said, "No, same thing. It was the same scenario." So then they were in denial that it was, and I'm like, "The camera does not lie." You know, we had to take them to show them where it was taken. The picture was. We got one picture with a full porcupine in its mouth. It was eating a porcupine. As a whole porcupine.
Really? How?
That doesn't
I don't know.
Taste good.
That's a hungry, tough stoker.
No shit.
Eating a porcupine.
Well, how close were those mountain lions to you?
18 yards, yeah.
2 of them.
2 of them, yeah.
What's... you don't have to say what state you're in. I can't remember.
I don't hunt. I've never hunted something that could really kill me.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure like a coyote or something got wild with me. I'm sure it
Yeah.
wouldn't be fun, but I've never like... So I'm like, we see these 2 mountain lions come out, and I'm like, sweet, I'm going to go film them.
What
Sneak
state
up
was
on
that?
them.
I don't remember.
I get out there, and I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, whoa.
Little close.
Wait a second.
They're looking at me.
This is maybe not a good idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like in the barren. I mean, you could kind of see on the video.
Yeah. Dude,
I had one little
amazing
blade of
footage.
weed like this tall in front of me. And right that ditch that they went through, that's where I was going to go. And all of a sudden it hit me like, I don't think I want to be in this ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
I've
I'm
never
getting
seen
looked
one
at
in
as
person.
No,
But there's always rumors of one running through in Illinois and Iowa and all that. But,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they do. They're there. But
Just like we had a bear run through Iowa last year.
yeah, a giant black bear.
Oh, really?
I'm surprised you don't
I've never got into black bear.
No interest at all, huh?
If I was to hunt black bear, I'd have to do like a spot and stock.
Like Montana, spring.
My brothers and
bear.
stuff, they hunt them and they hunt the wolves.
I would be really into watching you trying to do it with traditional equipment like spring black bear and like Montana spot and stock.
That's probably where I would go if I've heard about that.
Do you see that in like the next 5 years trying to do something like that?
Probably
Really?
not. No, it's never really tripped my trigger.
Does anything? I feel I get the vibe. Maybe I'm wrong, and I feel like you guys think whitetail are stupid, or not whitetails, mule deer are stupid animals.
Yeah, that's what we finally opened.
We killed a couple
slot.
this year.
We shot 3. We were like, all right, fine, we're going to open up mule deer.
I found Jared a little honey hole in mule deer, and they couldn't resist. They had to go get them.
Yeah.
So I mean, does it?
You did that?
Well,
I think I sent you there.
You didn't send me.
I sent you on a
anyway.
scouting mission.
Oh boy!
Check this pocket out. Remember?
In
Yeah.
the Astro van on the trailer.
So does they just
Daddy
not
wants to take credit for the mule deer that I shot?
Well, do they just not interest you guys as much, or like what's the deal?
There's smart mule deer and there's really dumb mule deer.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't have any desire to shoot a deer that's basically acts like it's their pet, but then there's smart mule deer too.
Yeah.
I remember one time in Wyoming, it was the last day, and Shay and I had archery tags, and we were having a pretty tough hunt. Didn't get on anything, really. And we come across a couple of mule deer, and it was a general tag, and those damn mule deer were picking us off better than a whitetail, it felt like. So there are really smart mule deer. Mm-hmm. You can't discredit them all. But that's my thing with mule deer.
What about like traditional archery antelope? Does that interest you at all?
That's never really tripped my trigger either. No, I don't know.
What's your favorite thing to bow hunt, Bone?
Whitetails.
Whitetails, yeah.
Yeah, it's just they're so diverse across the whole country. They're in so many states. The way you do it in Florida is not the way you do it in Wyoming.
Right.
They're so diverse as far as like each one's like a fingerprint,
Yeah, yeah.
And at any given time, you just don't know. Even with trail cameras or how we plan to hunt, you never know what's coming around there. So
right.
I just like the fact that no matter who you talk to, everybody seems like in our group or like when you're at these shows and stuff, everybody can relate to that. Like if I come back from Africa and I said, man, I killed a 4-inch Diger. If I talk to 1,000 people that day, there might be 2 that know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah.
I've never been to Africa. I've never hunted, but doing that kind of thing doesn't really interest me. I would go to Africa and hunt, but to say that, man, I'm saving all my pennies, man, I'm going to Africa as soon as I can.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that anything negatively. It's just me personally.
If
it's legal to hunt or anybody wants to go, I'm all for it. Absolutely, with any type of weapon. But as far as like that's something that I want to do, I don't.
Yeah, I get that.
And I told folks today, like in the seminar, I'm like, I've already, I feel like I'm a good bit older than you guys. I've already so far outlived my dreams. Like if I don't even kill a cockroach the rest of my life, I've already way done better than I ever thought I would. So I'm good. So if there was one thing that I would like to kill, it'd be like a spot and stalk or a float trip on a Yukon moose.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
That's what I'd like to do. Yeah,
that would be incredible.
Cool.
Yeah,
what about you? Is other species
like?
Is there one that's killing you that you got to get after, or you're just cool with whitetails? Don't tell me that. Come on.
No, I'm not. What I think about whitetails is truly, they're the most relatable species.
Yeah.
Also, we all love to hunt them because we all can. There a lot of states you can do that, and for me, if I'm It sounds easy pickings, but it's not. I've been trying to kill an elk with a bow, and I cannot get the job done, and I've been trying,
Yeah.
And I'd love to do that. I'd love to kill an elk with a bow.
For sure. That's like, I feel, guys that grew up in the Midwest, that's the one thing we think about is like the dream hunt, because it's attainable, it's there, but it's hard work, and it's an accomplishment to get it done. But I can see like you being into Alaskan moose or something like that with traditional equipment.
That's on my list that I'd like to do someday.
Yeah, because you can go. Chandler and Ross, they're going up this fall, and it's public, of course, but it's not as bad money wise as I would have originally thought. Because I think like going up with Shockey, and it's like
it's $25,000,
or more, and plus flights and all that stuff. I mean, I think it'd be killer. It'd be cool to do, but
that's kind of held me back. I guarantee.
Yeah. Well, some of them I won't name drop what I think the price is, but it's attainable.
Right.
It's definitely attainable.
It's doable.
You just, it seems a little more work because you're not paying the guy to house you and cook for you and do all that stuff and all that. But and then on top of it, pack your moose out for you and help you get it all out of there.
It was fun. I did a fall bear hunt in New Brunswick, and they have a moose season. It was during moose season.
Yeah.
So we went along. I didn't have a tag by no means, but we were there, and we'd killed our bear, and we still had 3 or 4 days to be there, so we went and tagged along on a couple of moose hunts.
Yeah.
Because these people, it takes like 30 years for even the locals to get a moose tag to go.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's hard to draw there for a moose tag. So, like one of the ladies, it was actually the lady that was doing our cooking in the camp that we was at, she drew a moose tag, and everybody was just so happy. It's like everybody goes together and helps the whole town. Like maybe there's 15 people that draw in the whole township, and it's like they all go together to get that person because they know how coveted that tag is.
Okay.
So we tagged along with her, and I just thought it was so awesome. If you've ever been, next to a mounted moose, a full one, I mean, they're 7.5 feet at the shoulders. They're so huge, 1,200 to 1,600 pounds. And these things are in these in the alders and stuff at 20 yards, and and you can't see them. I'm like, it's 20 yards. It's a moose. It's like a like a pickup truck there, and you can't see it. You know it's right there. So
that's scary.
Yeah, it is. It really is scary. But it's it kind of got me. Yeah. That sounded like all of us after that steak meal.
I'm still making that noise.
Yeah, I know it. But no, it just kind of that was like so intense. And then all the hunts that you see on TV is the same way. The paddle up here, and you just see them coming through there, and it's like, man, they got to be blind. And then you see the few clips of when they get charged and stuff. So
oh man,
and being an archery guy, I just want to building the perfect arrow and stuff like that. I just want to see. The bow that I build, the arrow that I build, and just watch it penetrate, and just, that's the biggest thing on the North American continent. That's what I want to shoot, is just watch it just.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Do you see that, happening soon? Is it something like you're mapping out, like 5-year plan or something?
I don't. I mean, I really don't have any plan to do that.
Really?
No, I mean, I would and I will, but it's not like I said, I mean, I was being truthful. If I don't kill another thing, I mean, seriously, I'm way, way content, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to keep hunting, but it seems like the older I get more out of not checking things off a list, but, I want to make sure that I'm in a camp or I'm hunting with the people that I want to hunt with, because I get so much more out of the whole hunting thing rather than just saying, I killed this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all like killing good deer and stuff like that, but I like the hunt and the preparation, buying the land and polishing it and kind of going through the whole chess match of getting it ready. And then if somebody else kills it, I'm fine with that too. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just like, man, I got to polish that piece of property.
You're just enjoying. You're more about enjoying the culture now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's like this top step you can get at, I think.
Yeah, I would probably say from our perspective, I'm still really hungry. Where are you at, you think, on that?
Well, I was just going to say that, that's one of the things I enjoy most about hunting the way I do, with whitetail adrenaline, because to me, I got a regular job. I've got other stuff to do. I've got land to manage. I got a family,
married now.
I'm a married guy now. Jared's also a very good wedding videographer, but I don't know if he's out for hire.
You haven't seen the video yet.
I guess I haven't.
No, that's true. Yeah, he spoke too soon.
He's up.
Maybe.
Remember all them vodkas I drank earlier?
Yeah.
Forgot to hit the record button.
But
double punch record.
You know why you're waiting?
Looking at the.
What I truly enjoy about that, though, it's that camaraderie and friendship, and
for sure.
the cooking Thanksgiving dinner out of a stovetop box and some Hungry Jack potatoes
at an Airbnb farmhouse.
At an Airbnb from a buying turkey at a gas station, hanging out. That's what makes it real. I mean, you can kill all the big deer in the world, but I'll shoot back cover bucks all day long with these guys, and
that's what I think I love most about the bucks.
Back cover. That's
they
me.
call them back cover.
I'm a back cover buck guy, man.
Yeah.
I never heard that. That's funny.
Well, he put my face on the cover of one DVD. I said, I'm good now, man. I can shoot 120s forever. I'm on the back cover.
Back cover.
I think that's
awesome.
what I like about the gun hunting is the camaraderie and getting together. You don't get that as much, or we don't at least. When it comes to the bow hunt,
it's a little more hardcore and serious.
Exactly. You're more hardcore and everything. And so when it flips to the gun side, it's like the group gets together and it's like, oh, you shot a 100-inch deer. That's funny. Whatever. I mean, you might give them a little hard
time. You're busting each other a little bit,
kind of thing. But it's all in good fun. And
of course,
we're having a good time.
That's what deer camp's all about.
And that's what I like about the gun hunting. I treat gun hunting almost like duck hunters would go duck hunting.
Well, you can kind of tell.
So I shift gears there.
Yeah, well, you can tell a little bit with the archery DVD, and then you can put in the gun DVD. You kind of have lighthearted, slightly comical music to some of the stocks. It's different. It's more of an intense deal with the archery stuff, and it's more strategic. Well, then you got this like bibbity bop music.
A little bit more clowny.
Clowny. Yeah.
So are these goofballs.
Yeah, it's nice to see both sides of that.
That's also when he pulls all the jokers out, but
I feel like that's super Wisconsin, though, and I mean that with respect to Wisconsin, but that's like part of the culture.
I got thin skin. You be careful, Kurt.
I think it's
Easy.
good.
Easy.
Yeah, you get thin skin.
Easy. Watch it.
But you're giving Wisconsin residents like that. Wisconsin hunting culture is strong. Like PA hunting culture is really strong.
Yeah.
Michigan hunting culture is really strong.
Ohio's even pretty strong.
It is, but it's a little different than everywhere else. Right. But I feel like you kind of hit both of those with both the different styles and DVDs and all that. But
hey, do you think he's crawfishing? I think he's crawfishing.
Crawfishing?
Yeah, backing up.
What's that
Backing
mean?
up?
Yeah, he was about to go. He was about to go down a hard. He's going down a hard road on Wisconsin, and he said,
Did I put off the vibe? Did I back up? Yeah. My dad's from Wisconsin. I can shit all over Wisconsin.
There we go. Full throttle.
I have a lot of family in Wisconsin.
You just start talking cheese and beer, and you're good.
Yeah,
that's how you get back on track.
Yeah, good beer and cheese. That's about
I learned that the first day here. I just say, if somebody's giving me that chicken eye, I just say, cheese curds.
Yeah, exactly.
Squeaky cheese.
Here's your Yarra Valley cheese curds.
Yeah, definitely.
But
that was fun.
What I also think is kind of cool about that, though, is like I know a lot of guys who totally shift gears, like what Jared's talking about. Like you're a diehard, bow hunter, nose to the grindstone, as hard as you can work all fall, and when it's gun season, you're like, it's party time now.
Yeah.
Crack the beers, let's talk.
It's vacation.
It's vacation. It's vacation. I was telling somebody that today. I said, when I go gun hunting, it's vacation.
Yeah.
I don't care if I shoot
It's almost
anything.
like letting your hair down and going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
the
it's actually
grind's
funner
over,
than
we can
bow
relax.
hunting. I think it's actually funner when you kind of just get in there with your group of buddies and having a good time. I really enjoy gun hunting because the bow hunting. I love bow hunting. If I had to pick one, of course I'm going to pick bow hunting. But I love that shift. All of a sudden, it goes into just guys hanging out, having a good time, grilling stuff at the end of the night. Oh, you missed a buck today. This happened. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I love that about the gun hunting. And it's not about how big a bucks you get anymore.
Right.
So,
that's how it was growing up for me. We quit gun hunting, but we had a cabin. We had all the guys come out 2 weekends a year, and you got all your buddies together. And it was hunting, but it was always the after party. It was the end of the night. All the neighbors came over to our cabin. And you'd sit around a campfire and bullshit and give each other shit.
The culture's a little bigger with gun hunting, like the camaraderie culture.
Yep.
Out of those 10 guys, 4 of them saw the sun come up the next morning.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Exactly.
There'd
be people
and
passing
then the
out
guy
at
that
the
shoots the big buck got stumbled out there at noon.
Yeah.
You'd be playing. We'd be playing euchre till 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started with euchre.
Oh, geez.
I just feel like there's more of a personal commitment and passion to bow hunting.
It's more of a
gun
challenge.
hunting. It's about
period.
100%.
You're absolutely right.
Be.
You have to be that way
If you
to
wanna,
be a
if you want to
successful.
sell your tag, right?
Yeah.
Right. To be successful and to be a good bow hunter, you have to be in the game at all times.
Oh yeah,
never let
when
your
you're
guard
watching
down.
when you're watching his eye blink and he's under 20 yards.
That's right.
That don't mean you got him. He can be broadside. You still got to get drawn back
That's
and
right.
make the shot. So no, you got to be on your A game. Right. So. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and one stumbles in on there, but for the most part, you got to be on your game.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I think, like gun, obviously, you can just get sloppy and have a good time, and still fill your tag.
Pretty much,
There's more opportunity with, and I'm not trying to make it sound like it's easy, but a little less effort. That's why I think a little more relaxed, a little more lighthearted, but
by all means, anybody listening, it's still enjoyable, just like what we're talking about.
Right. For sure.
We kind of use Texas as that. That's our right before Christmas, we usually go to Texas, and it's just have y'all ever hunted Texas? It's just such a target-rich environment. And I mean, here's the deal: the feeder goes off, and you got 20 deer coming out. They're coming to the feeder, and it's like they all look at each other and they say, "Look, the guy's up there, and he's in the blind up there, and this is the deer talking to each other like." Good luck, everybody. One of us is about to die.
1, 2, 3, run!
And it's like, because all there is to eat out there is cactus and rocks. They're coming to the feeder. And then it's almost like, all the things that we do for Midwest deer and southeast deer.
Yeah.
You're worried about scent and worried about this. That's out in Texas.
Is it really?
You see the guy. I mean, the deer walk through. You're sitting there like, whoa, where's a human? And he walks 10 more steps. Like, well, I don't smell him no more. It's all good. Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's like they smell you, stop, and it's like, oh, I don't smell him no more. I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like that. They'll smell you, and it's like
dinner time.
Yeah. I would like. I think killing like a Texas buck is really interesting, like a Texas whitetail.
Yeah.
I think Mexico would be a blast to go to.
Oh, it is so awesome.
Our good friend Larry McCoy, I think they just went to Mexico last year with the small town hunting boys. And they said it's a riot.
It's so fun.
And they said they're shooting like coal bucks on some of those ranches. But they said it's so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the camp culture, it's more relaxed. Like they're having a riot.
You know you're only going to hunt 2 hours in the morning. Mm-hmm. Feeder's going off. They're coming. It's not like, man, I got to be ready. It's like you hear, it's like, now I get ready. Okay. Yeah.
And then like a time feeder or something.
And then
get ready.
You go back.
Doug can be sleeping in the blind. You hear it go off. He'll be fine.
On Bumble.
Yeah, and you go back.
Alarm goes off 5 minutes before the feeder. You know?
Yeah.
He's trying to see how many girls are 6 miles from him in South Texas.
Very shit
Working
around here.
Snapchat.
His age range is 18 to 100 plus.
Yeah.
You never know. I got
a wide range.
I got a feeder of my own, you know.
Yeah. So then you come back, you eat, you got a big long day, and you take a siesta nap. You take a nap, and then you go back for 2 hours.
It's relaxing. It's a relaxing hunt.
Exactly. And then you go back in the evening for 2 hours, and it's like an hour before dark. It's like you're ready to go. So
that would be fun.
You're gonna see something. So we always use Texas as like, man, it's been a grind all in October and November, running the rut through the Midwest. And now we go down here for, 4 or 5 days. And we come
vacation.
back. Oh, yeah, and you're high-fiving. And
that's cool.
Weather's good. You're not having to put on everything you own to stay warm from the
Right.
Midwest. And no snow. It's a little chilly in the morning, but for the most part, it's just.
That'd be a riot.
Oh, it's so good.
And I don't care who judges me for this, or maybe don't judge me at all, whatever. I think it would be fun.
Judging.
All right, well, this will be fun. And I don't know, Bone, if you've ever done this or not. I'd like to shoot like exotics in Texas. I think that'd be fun.
No, I never have.
Like Axis or Fallow, I think would be a riot.
Or something.
Yeah, that'd be
I've
cool
heard
as
they're
hell.
tough.
Now I've done the
some of them
Audad.
are free range too.
Yeah, I've done Audad, which is free range, and then also a nail guy. I've killed a nail guy as well, which
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they call it it's
above our pay grade.
No, it's not. They're
Trust me,
they're not native, but it's.
Didn't you hear about my vans?
Yeah, I did. My vans.
Okay.
These are big.
Above
This
the
is like
pay
an elk.
grade.
It's about
They're as big as elk?
Oh yeah, 750 to 800 pounds.
Oh wow.
Best meat I've ever eaten.
Really?
Over moose, elk, everything. Best meat I ever made.
Oh, shit.
You want to know a hunt that this would be another thing I'd like to see you guys do too, just to mix it up. Do it one time in your lifetime, just for my sake of viewership. Hawaii,
I've heard about
because
Hawaii.
I think there's no native predators, so there's no season. You can hunt them year round.
Axis deer.
Axis, yeah, and I heard they're hard as fuck to hunt. Out there.
Mouflon ram. Nick's done it. Nick's went to Hawaii. There.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's killed Axis and turkey.
I know it's like Rogan and Dudley and stuff are going out there hunting Axis or whatever the hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
I think that'd be like something different.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk to the PR guy and put that on the 10-year budget
get that
plan.
on the PR
Thank
guy.
you.
I hope he's
Thank you.
listening.
I want a spring public land bear in Montana with traditional equipment would be sweet. That dude, I would love to watch you do that.
That is the only way that I've ever. I heard about that about 4 or 5 years ago about the Montana spring bear.
Clint
stock.
Casper, which he's supposed to be up here. I think he's down at the tavern. Can't blame him. His good buddy that lives out in Montana, Brian Barney, he goes with him a lot and does. Brian Barney's from Eastman Elevated.
Okay.
He's got the show on Outdoor Channel and all that. Great show, awesome guy. Do you know Brian? Awesome.
I know
dude.
of him. I just don't know him.
He's a hardcore. He's the real deal, and he does. He kills. I don't know if he kills one every year, but just about. He kills a good bear spot and stock, but they're in like grizzly country too. So Clint said it can get pretty dicey.
Yeah.
Coming through certain
I
areas.
can imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to mess around with
No,
all
I'm the
that.
fat guy in camp. I'm not doing that.
Not for me.
Yeah, y'all ain't got to outrun the bear. Just outrun T-Bone. You're good.
I'm not messing with bears.
Yeah.
You know, especially. I mean, black bear's not so scary, but there's grizzlies. It's
Yeah.
a different area.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I just think it'd be cool. I'd like to watch like your spot and stock skills are. I mean, the best in the game, man. So it'd be cool
We've
to
been
watch.
at it a while.
It'd be cool to watch you just go after like a.
But you still see, even like this last season, how many times we messed up. I mean,
There's a whole bonus disc of, not messing up, but just,
six stocks in 7 days on that one buck. And another
That's
one
cool,
in the
though. It's
mix,
cool you
and
guys
it's
show all
I
that
still
stuff,
didn't get
you know?
them.
Yeah, it's nice to see all the.
Yeah.
the mistakes and
It's
stuff.
cool. Like, I love the two dynamics.
the
'Cause, like,
bloopers.
I love Bone Collector. Realtree Road Trips was my jam when that came out, and love that. And then your guys is more like document. Like, it's a documentary. Why can't I say that word?
I got the first
Documentary.
road trips. Whitetail's out there.
Documentary?
He's got the cardboard hanging out there. Jimmy bought me that video and the hat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The shoot.
The blue
Playing
hat.
wiffle ball in Montana.
We named so we have an annual bow shoot every year, and we named it the Shoot, SHEWT, after
T-Bone shoot.
T-Bone's character, T-Bone. When you're writing on the cardboard the invitations and putting it in their mailbox.
Put it in the mailbox, yeah.
So we
Yeah,
spell
old
it.
Sadie out there.
We spell it SHEWT as a joke, figuring people will get it. Well, at the shoot
don't.
last year, we had people. No one said it to us directly because they probably think we're dumb, but to guys I know, they spelled shoot wrong.
No way.
I swear.
We've had more messages saying, "Hey,
I bet that's the same people that thought I hit that toilet paper roll at 300 some yards.
It's one of my good friends. His in relation came in and was like, "I don't get it. Like they spelled shoot wrong. What's?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know."
The grammar Nazi got you.
Obviously, it was intentional.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like, man, you can't make it's just whatever you do. We're sarcastic, right? We make jokes all the time on the podcast, and next thing you know, somebody's mad at us. Like, oh, I didn't even.
We just need to share that video in the shoot page so everyone gets it.
There you go.
Let's take a screen grab from it or something and post it. Make it like for the event. It'll be like the cover art.
Just so you know.
Yeah, this is the origins of it. Thanks, T-Bone.
Yeah.
So, well, hell, boys, this was kind of fun, interesting conversation, different dynamics all over the industry.
Absolutely.
I don't know if any other podcast has grabbed the two spectrums from the outdoor video game and blended them like this episode.
I didn't know we was doing this until about 2 minutes.
Oh, me neither. Me neither.
We were talking about
fun,
it.
yeah.
You know,
we were talking about it at dinner.
I came up here to watch the UFC fight with Kurt. I promise you.
How's the fight you doing?
Hey, how about a podcast? Oh, yeah, let's do it.
I reeled them into it.
Who's winning?
Hook, line, and sinker.
Hey, you gotta. It's experience in the game is what it's adding up.
You know what? I was just thinking not to go backwards, but you said it's like two, Whitetail Adrenaline, and then our show's two different ones.
Yeah.
And then you tried to drag Bang Bus into it. You was trying to go three different.
Hey,
hanging bang. Listen, hanging bang bus.
You gotta cover it all.
Yeah.
You gotta cover it all.
I'm throwing things out there and seeing who bites on it a little bit here. You know what I mean? It's a test.
Investors.
He's trying to broaden the demographic a bit.
Investors could be you.
Could be you.
Just listen. You want to buy?
It's like characters. You got to have this one and that one and that one. And,
Oh yeah.
You can't be all one-sided. You got to have a good dynamic.
We're kind of dumb too, so it's like I throw things out there and see what happens, and then sometimes it just falls straight on its face, and then I'm like, yeah,
that worked. That didn't work.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna end up donating an Astro van to us.
Give us a Chevy.
As long as it runs,
I can use
we'll
three.
take it.
You got to get Astros.
Yeah.
Make sure the leaf springs aren't sprung.
It's got to be AWD though.
No running boards on that either. That's no good.
No, I get hung up.
I learned something. I didn't even know they made it ever with AWD.
AWD Astro van? Oh yeah.
Oh, that's all they are, aren't they?
No, not all.
They,
of them.
they do have a two-wheel drive? Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought
My
they were
grandpa
all-
had an AWD, man. I wish I still had it.
Yep.
I hauled all over when I was a kid in that
When
thing.
we find an all-wheel drive one, that's what the ones that
There
pop
was
up on
no
our thing.
4WD. It was always just AWD.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Gotta have it.
I didn't know they made a two-wheel. Oh, news to me.
Wow, damn! You just had the fancy ones. You are more above your pay grade than you thought you were.
Got it for $1,300 in Minneapolis from a guy, and talked him into putting brand new tires on the day before I needed to leave for Pennsylvania. True story.
Worked that into the deal.
Yeah.
You drove halfway across the country
You're
in the
a
wrong
rebel.
direction.
Going the wrong direction, yeah. But I needed a van.
I love it. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully this was fun. I didn't make it miserable for everybody.
No, it was great
No,
fun.
this is
It was
good, man. This is
miserable.
good.
Good. First podcast experience.
Yeah, it was all right.
You're not.
Yeah,
going
how was
back,
your
are
first
you?
podcast, TJ?
Oh, that was very enlightening.
Good. I've been just over here drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon.
PR guy?
I drank
in the house.
half this, and I'm like, wait a second.
Now wait just a minute.
It's water and water, isn't it?
We've been fooling Jared like this all weekend. He asked for a
I
vodka
thought I had
water.
good math.
He only gets vodka and about 1 out of every 3.
That's because he doesn't have the hat on.
We might have listeners upset that the party hat didn't make it for this
Hey,
podcast.
somebody in Fort
But you
Lauderdale
know what?
has that hat.
I was a little bit quieter this time, though.
Yeah.
I'm reserved until, that
Well, we didn't
happens.
scream over each other for almost 2 hours like we did in Nebraska.
Right.
Even though in the intro I said, just so you know, We talk over each other a lot. Everybody had a few beverages. And then we get
Just
people message us, hey, you guys talked over each other the whole episode. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry.
Forewarned you. No shit, Sherlock.
I warned you. I apologize.
Listen, that 2 hours got me through after lunch at work last week, so it was fine.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, it was funny.
You were expecting that, weren't you?
Oh, I know. I've been hanging
Were you
out with these guys long
preparing
enough.
for
I knew
Were you
exactly
preparing
what
for
was
your
coming.
first podcast?
No.
Doing some research.
I heard that
Doing his
there was
homework.
I heard there was a 2-hour talk over post session with you guys, with him and Chansey, and I'm like, this ought to be good.
Yeah. A complete mess, but it was a riot.
I've been in the bar with them many times. I know how it's like to
I'm
have
just
them
glad
yell
you
over
cut
each
it off
other.
when you did.
I realized I need to wrap that episode up. Otherwise, you guys, PR guy wouldn't let me air it. So I hurry up and
PR guy.
Yeah.
I caught him with my peripherals come in and go.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, go shoot your
I
bow.
was
We'll
like-
see you next week.
I was like, probably pretty good timing.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys and coming in.
Absolutely.
And
Always a
coming
great
out.
time.
Let's watch some fights, huh?
Let's do it.
All right, go shoot your bow. We love you.